Y'all know it is a very special day if I have turned the camera on because I stopped doing video podcast episodes quite a while ago. And there's only been one person that has gotten me back on camera. And today, friends, today is that day. We've been talking all month about ways that we can stop hustling for love and start identifying the patterns and triggers and doing the self-work to start attracting that love. But today, we're going to have a little bit of fun. It's going to get a little messy, but I promise you, it is still on brand. Last year, I had the pleasure of working as the intimacy coordinator on a new vertical series called Unexpected Company, written, directed, and starring my brilliant friend, Tiffany Yvonne Cox. Here's a quick rundown of Unexpected Company. 3 girlfriends rent half a house for a girls' weekend getaway. And then they find out that 3 guys have rented the basement of the same house on the same weekend. So you already know it's giving messy, it's giving tension, it's giving who is that in my kitchen and why is he so fine? And because the show is such a fun, messy, and love drama, I wanted to bring Tiffany on so we could talk about something that's really been heavy on my mind lately. Why do smart, driven, high-achieving women, why do we sometimes end up in the messiest relationships? In this interview, you're going to hear me talking all about the show, talking about the characters, and how much of this we see in real life. So the next voice you hear, probably mine, but right after that is going to be my dear friend, Tiffany Yvonne Cox. Enjoy. Hi, I'm Dr. Tiff, your relationship transformation coach. I've spent the past 20 years working with high-achieving women just like you who are crushing it in every area of their lives, everywhere except their relationships. And look, I get it. Finding the one ain't easy, and relationships are hard. But you know what's even harder? Cycling through the bad ones, or worse, staying in relationships when you already know they're not a good fit. You want a relationship of ease, uncomplicated, someone to love you down, but instead you've been suffering through bad dates, sexual incompatibility, and someone who might be good for somebody, but not for you. And if we're really being honest, you know that deep down, the work that really needs to be done starts and ends with you. If you're done wasting time in dead-end relationships and sick of looking for, chasing after, or trying to convince somebody to be the one, and you're ready to become the one, then baby, you're in the right place. So prop your feet and let's clink glasses, because I'm giving you the tea and the tips to fix your relationships. Let's go. For the past 3 seasons, you've gotten to know my guest as psychologist Autumn Owens on the hit Hulu drama Reasonable Doubt, and now she's giving us a different kind of drama in bite-sized chunks. Unexpected Company is a hilariously messy, delicious new vertical series about a group of gorgeous Black women on a mini vacay, some unexpected visitors, and all the beautiful chaos that comes with love, sex, and friendship. Please welcome my friend, actress, writer, director, and creator of Unexpected Company, Miss Tiffany Yvonne Cox.
Thank you for
Welcome to the
having
show.
me. Oh, what an intro. And I need to add delicious to Unexpected Company. I need to add that word to it.
It is delicious, honey. I devour every episode, as do my friends. I've had so many people, and this kind of is just naturally leading into the first question. So many people just did not know what a vertical series was. And we had talked about it. We had tried to prep them. We were priming the pump and letting people know this show is coming. And they're like, well, what do you mean I'm watching it on Instagram? Yes, I'll see the reel when it comes out. But like, where do I see the show? This is the show, honey. So for those listeners who do not know what a vertical series is, can you please drop the science and let us all in on this beautiful thing?
Yes. So verticals are shows that you literally watch on your phone in a 9:16 frame. And they are usually anywhere between 30 to 90 seconds. Additionally, they have been ones that deal with a lot of romance. And traditionally, there's a huge cliffhanger at the end that makes you want to come back for more.
Yes.
China was on the forefront of this. And what happened is they would drop like 10 episodes, and then there would be a paywall where you need to pay for the rest of the 40 to 50 episodes kind of thing. And it has taken off. It's the world we're in now, right? We're all down on our phones looking at things, and we're all constantly in these 9:16 boxes. So creatives have now decided, well, let's take this and let's also find a way to create story. Let's find a way to monetize it, because yes, of course, we're still watching things on TV, but people are watching so much on their phones, and that's what it's formatted for. And since we're watching it on our phones, they won't just stare at it, for
Right.
minutes. They're not going to do that because notifications, whatever, life pops up. But 30 to 90 seconds, people are going to take a nice, delicious break
Yes.
and enjoy
Yes.
the content and then move on to the next thing. So that's what a vertical
Yes.
is. So if you've been asking, like, where's the rest of it? You got the whole chunk, baby. They are
Mhm.
fast. They are speedy. They have been described in the past of being soap opery, cheesy, but I hope, at least with Unexpected Company, that we have
Honey.
brought some really great acting, some
Yes.
really great writing and creation of, if I speak for myself.
Exactly.
Because I did want to bring
Toot your
something,
own horn,
I
girl.
toot my own horn, but I wanted to bring something high quality. I wanted to bring
Absolutely.
something of high quality, knowing also that it is going on a phone for 30 to 90 seconds. So it's going to be different than what you see on network, but also this preps us for, say, hey, somebody sees it and they're like, we need a half-hour romantic comedy with the Black women over 40. Guess what? I'm ready for you. I have that pilot
Absolutely.
for you. I am
You've
ready
been
for you.
ready. You've
Yeah.
been ready. You've been ready. And that's what I love about it. It's so good. It's so juicy. It's quick. It's a quick little bite. And I am hungry for the next one. I know that these episodes are coming. I want another. I want another. I mean, in this season, we did what, 8 episodes?
We did 10 episodes
We
in
did
one day.
10. I don't believe that that's enough. I need more. And I think the people need more. So I'm just so excited about it. Let's talk, though,
Yeah.
about Unexpected Company. Some of us have seen all of the episodes. Some of us haven't seen any of it. So let's get everybody caught up. Tell us, what is Unexpected Company about and what made you want to tell this story?
So this story is about 3 women who go on a staycation at a house in their
Mm-hmm.
town, and
Mm-hmm.
they discover when they get there that there are 3 men who have rented the bottom half of the home.
My God.
Fun, chaos, messy surprises, sexiness gets into it as they have a combined vacation that happens together. I have always loved shows like Insecure, Harlem,
Yeah.
Run the World, Sex in the City, and just like that, Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. I have loved those shows, and a lot of those shows have gone away.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the day when I'm in one of those shows. And the type of personality I have is I'm one where I'm like, well, instead of waiting for somebody to hand it to me, let me just create it.
I love
So
that about
that's
you.
how this came about. And also this vertical world, everybody in the creative space is talking about it. Verticals, verticals. Have you auditioned for a vertical? I'm in a vertical. Are you directing a vertical? And I am an actor. I love to say I'm married to acting, and directing is my girlfriend. So I was like, all right, we got a couple of elements here. One, I know
Yeah.
the type of story that I would love to be in and I want to tell. Two, my first love is acting. Let me go ahead and put myself into that story.
Yeah.
Number three, I'm a director. So I'm interested in directing verticals in the future as another opportunity to continue to oil this machine that I have been building up over
Yeah.
time with the 7 different projects I've done. And then lastly, I have a group of friends who are interested in hearing about this space. And thank God I know Dr. Tiff from Reasonable Doubt, because a big portion,
Yeah.
there's a lot of intimacy in here in different
Yeah.
forms and ways, okay?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
there is no world in which I would have gone as far as I did without an IDC, without an intimacy director, coordinator, choreographer. It's a necessity if we're going to approach these sort of topics
I
and
think so.
physicalities and spiritualities, within that space. Yeah.
I think so. And it was such an honor. I just appreciate you including me in on that because I too had been wanting to seek out more opportunities in the vertical space. And this just, I read the script. I knew you from Reasonable Doubt, and there were so many other folks from Reasonable Doubt there. This was just a beautiful and a juicy project to work on. So we've got these women. We've got 3 women upstairs. We've got 3 dudes downstairs. And as a creator, I got to ask, what kind of mess did you want to explore with this setup? Did you get to everything that you thought you were going to get to? Because this is kind of I kind of think of it as an emotional playground. We get to do a whole bunch of different things with
You
this.
have the perfect words for this, Dr. Tiff, and I do use perfect intentionally because it was a playground. It's what you're going to see are Black women and men over
Hmm.
40. And I think that there is a bit of a trope of well, by that time you are established, you got it together, you are married or in a relationship, and maybe a little more sleepy. And I was like, there are people out there who are still figuring it out, who are
Absolutely.
who are on this playground of life
Yeah.
and just doing things. And there was a thing for me that happened when I hit 40 where I just stopped caring. And maybe it's like I'm married, I have 2 beautiful children.
Yeah.
And there were no more filters. I was not
Yeah.
trying to impress anybody.
Mm-mm.
I was just truly failing forward in the most wonderful way of
Yeah.
experiencing life as a mother, experiencing life as a mother and a wife, because that changed the
Those are
relationship
2 different
dynamic.
roles. 2 different roles.
2 different roles, right? And once I started leaning into the messy of that and that
Mhm.
there's no world I can be perfect in, this
Mhm.
whole playground of life truly opened up. And so
Yeah.
for me, again, just inspiration, I was like, and also some of this is as a creative, you're like, what are my resources? My resource
Mhm.
was this house. I knew I could film
Uh-huh.
at this house. How can I
Yes.
make a story out of this house with 3 back? And I knew it wanted to be like some sort of rom-com. And so
Yes.
this is where this stuff started developing. And there is a quote that Tracy Letts has said of like, let your mind go. Go to the farthest depths and the
Mm.
grittiest, weirdest places to find your stories. And so I was like, you know
Well,
what?
girl, you did that. You did that.
I was like, let's freaking play. And
Uh-huh.
and even watching back, and this is a bit of me working on director Tiffany and writer Tiffany. This is so good for me, where there is a particular scene where I'm like, oh, we should have gone further. So
Mm.
this is why you do these exercises as a creative. Every project
Yeah.
you do, you get better and better and better.
Oh, of
And
course. Of
right.
course.
And this was my first time doing any form of intimacy. And so I'm in the edit and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh,
Again, you did good, but if you'll remember, I was like, I think we need to do this one more time and let's really like I believe you can give me more. But again, there's more to come.
there's more to come.
There's more to
These are the
come, more to
first 10
grow.
episodes,
Yep.
and there's 40 more to go.
Yep. So we couldn't give it all
Mhm.
away in the first season. We got
Oh,
somewhere to go.
we got somewhere to go.
We got
Exactly.
more backs to break, okay? Well,
Right.
Tiff, are any of these characters or the situations that we find ourselves in this show, are any of them loosely based on real life, on friends, on situations that you've
Yeah.
been in?
Right. I would say yes and to all of that. Because there's
Mhm.
always, as an actor, you always bring a little piece of yourself to something. And I
Yeah.
think as well as a creative too, as a writer, you're taking little pieces of things here and there. For example, when you guys meet these characters, this does not give anything away. One of the characters is a business owner. She owns a
Yeah.
Pilates studio. And again, working with what I got.
Yeah.
My friend owns a Pilates studio.
Yeah.
I was like, you're an excellent actor. I've directed her in other things. And I was like, how can I incorporate this into the story?
Mhm.
The character of Reggie was written after a friend of mine who is a hopeless romantic. He doesn't put his foot in his mouth as much as Reggie does, but I was like, but I was, I took a
Yeah.
piece of this man who loves love and is looking for it and just expanded it into something else.
Yeah.
And then as well, there is this world. If you have not watched, this is the time for you to pause. Okay, you pause and you
Yeah.
come back to this podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And for those who have watched, we see a moment in episode 4 where a wedding ring is removed.
Mhm. It sure was. On the low, too. And that was just such a good shot because if you blinked, you would have missed it. But I didn't blink. I didn't blink. And I watched it about 3, 4 times. I saw him slip that off. I was like, hold up. Hold
And
up.
let me
Something about to happen. And I was there. And I'm like, I am so excited about this. This is messy.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
And you
messy.
see everybody just like having fun. They're playing strip poker, they're having a good time, and then that
And
is like,
then
oh, you
that.
took it up a
You
notch
took
now.
it up. Yes, because we didn't even know. We didn't know his backstory before then, but now we know a little something, and we might learn a little bit more as the days go on. And I have to tell you, from my side of things as the intimacy coordinator on this project, what I really loved is how we got to choreograph not just the sexy moments, but also some of the awkward stuff. I like you, but I'm going to play it cool. The will they, won't they? We did something last night and I am immediately regretting that decision. All of that stuff I really love because that's the juice of this
Mhm.
series, right?
It's the pieces in between. Ava DuVernay says this. She was like, it's the
Mm-hmm.
before and after of intimacy that's the most interesting. How do we approach
Mm-hmm.
it and how do we get ourselves out of it?
Yeah, if you want to get yourself out of it, you might want to
If you
you
want.
might want to linger a little bit.
Right.
You might want to linger a little bit. Well, Tiff, I want to deep dive into these characters because we talk a lot on this podcast about owning your stuff and really doing the self work that we've been putting off. So, really cleaning up the mess in our lives. So, let's talk about that. Why do you think smart, driven women, women like these characters, women like us, why do you think that we sometimes end up in messy relationships?
Oh my gosh, I feel like there's so many different layers to that. So I don't know a single woman, and there may be one, but I just have to say within
Hmm.
my life circle and all,
Hmm.
that all of my friends who are women, they are looking for a partner, whether
Hmm.
that's a spouse or a boyfriend or a
Hmm.
girlfriend.
Hmm.
They are looking for a partner if they're women identifying.
Hmm.
And sometimes there is a level of desperation that comes with it where the blinders go on
Yeah.
and they're not seeing the other nonsense on the
Uh-huh.
outside that can be problematic. And then I
Hmm.
think as well, sometimes it also comes to a bit of self-worth.
Mm.
Am I worthy of this version of love? Maybe this is
Absolutely.
all I can get. This is all that is around me in this
Right.
area. So let me take what I can.
Yes.
So a little bit of self-sabotage within there.
I mean, you just preaching to my audience. I be saying this, but sometimes it takes somebody else to say it. I'm glad you said it because I've said it, but now they hear it from you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
They'll get it now. Yes.
Right, right, exactly. And then there is a thing too where I think sometimes people think that they won't get emotionally caught up. And women
Hmm.
are wired differently. And there's some that don't. There are definitely some that don't.
Yeah.
And then there are some that do, or they think they can change someone. You cannot change anybody.
No.
You
No.
can't. If they're not willing to
No.
change themselves, they are not going to change
They're not
for
gonna do it.
you.
They're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You
So
have to
some,
want to change for yourself. And that's why I focus a lot of my practice on that and on helping women to understand you gotta stop worrying about what they will or won't do. All the change
exactly.
happens in you. And once it does, once you get to that place of understanding, of owning, of identifying your patterns and triggers and all of that,
Mhm.
then you can look at that relationship and say, is this relationship worthy of me? And does this person have the capacity to love me in the way that I deserve? And it's
Oh,
not, they may not, and it's okay. But
right.
what we have to do is be willing to walk away instead of staying in it, knowing that this person will never be able to do what I need them to do. And I won't be happy because I am not partnered with the right person. We got to get out of our own way.
And let me tell you, I think there are some patriarchal systems that have set us up for failure.
Mm,
I am Catholic, I am Christian, and within that religion, it's very stringent. There's no
mhm,
sex before marriage. There was a time where
mhm,
divorce was not okay.
mm-mm.
And then I think also within the church, we're just taught a lot of modesty.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
taught not to explore our sexuality.
Mhm.
I don't know what part I decided not to listen to in church. And let me tell you, I am a happily practicing Catholic. You see between me dropping unexpected company, I was
Mhm.
dropping that I'm doing a gospel mass,
I
you
know
know?
that's right.
But and this is actually a conversation I'm hoping that I get to have. They're doing this like work group of talking about
Mhm,
what changes need to happen in the church, and especially with Black Catholics. But I was like, I also think there needs to be a change with how we approach love, relationships, sex,
mhm.
and our relationship with that, because women are not given the chance to explore.
Yeah,
So we are taught, or at least there's some sects of women, and I would say myself too,
yeah,
you are taught to not explore your body, not explore what a relationship looks like. And
yeah.
then it turns into, well, I'm fine this person, I have to stick with them. I remember
Mhm,
I've had a few friends of mine who divorce was on the way and
mhm,
they felt as if they couldn't because it's going against God. And I was
mm.
like, again, for me personally, I'm like, this is completely the patriarchy and the teachings that's not
Right.
true.
Are you sure God wants you to stay right where you are and suffer and go through all of this? Are you sure that's what He said? Let's find
Right.
that in the Bible. Let's dig that one up.
Let's dig that one up, So I feel like there's like so many from the original question, to like, why do people
Yeah,
end up with messy relationships or end up in things that don't work? I feel like
right.
there's some societal systems that have not been supportive of women having the
Mhm.
chance to explore, well, what type of relationship do I want to be in? What does that
Yeah.
look like for me?
And
And
the
also
only
learning to
way
step away from that.
And the only way that you really know what you really want is to be in relationship. That's the thing. You
Exactly.
don't know what you don't like until you get a taste of it and decide, "That's nasty." Right? What's that? You don't know for
Exactly.
sure. You don't know for sure, and
Exactly.
so sometimes I think the best choices that we make in our life are as a result of the previous choices that we made, the things
Yes.
that we tried, the things that we stepped into, the things that we went in blindly, or the mistakes that we made. That's how you learn what you need to do going forward, and so I think sometimes some of us can learn just by someone telling us,
Mhm.
"Girl, don't go there. I went there too." Don't do it, girl. It's a trap. It's a setup. But sometimes we have to go through it to grow through it, right?
Yes, yes, oh my
We
gosh,
gotta go
very
through
much
it.
so, and I'll leave
Yeah.
it off with this one little note, and just
Mhm.
rock with me,
I
we're gonna
got
get
you.
to the end point with what I'm gonna say.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right? There, I feel like women have needed the chance to explore relationships, so they also know when
Mhm.
to walk away from one,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
Just got out of college, I was working overseas as
Mhm.
it was like a glorified camp counselor, but you had
Mhm.
everybody came from everywhere, whether it was
Mhm.
America, Canada, New Zealand, Australian. It was just a bunch of expats all together and
Mhm.
supporting this company. And so I remember one woman said to me, I don't know how we got into this conversation, but she said that she was taught by the women of her family, go have sex. You need to have a lot of sex. You need to
Wow.
go and nurture and learn who you are.
Where they do that at?
Girl, I was like, and again, again, Catholic me, I'm like, "What?
They
There's a
told
sex
you that? They said that out
yes!"
loud?
Right, I said it out loud, but what I took from that,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying it you do what you want with that,
Yeah.
but also be safe,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes.
But what I received from that was you don't have to stay constrained in these relationship boxes and
Mhm.
just be this good girl syndrome, this perfectionist syndrome, you looking for your king or your prince, these things that we've been taught.
Mhm.
You need to be allowed to explore. And a part of exploration is exploring with another person
Mm.
where you
Mm, mm,
start to
mm.
see and
Yeah.
understand who you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that we see once we are in relationship with people, it helps us see ourselves better. Being in a relationship with someone helps me to see my own blind spots. It helps me to see, again, what I like and what I don't like. I thought this was what I wanted until I got it. And now I know this is not for me. I don't need this in my life anymore. And I love that. I love that we get to learn those lessons out loud. I'm loving that we get to see those lessons being learned on screen so I
Yeah.
can live vicariously through them and I don't have to go through the mess no more. And so when you were writing these characters, what kind of love lives and backstories did you want them to have? Do you think that their lives were like messy by accident or messy on purpose?
Interesting. I have to say, I leave a lot of it up to the actors to be completely
Mm,
honest with you with the portion of the backstories. What I knew I wanted to represent is that I wanted to represent a single mom, a divorced single
mm-hmm,
mom, because
mm-hmm,
that is a world on its own of the
mm-hmm.
different obligations that you have in life.
Absolutely.
I knew that I wanted to have a business owner who is very okay. She just rides the tide,
Yeah.
and she's a tough little cookie, and she does what she wants to do when she wants to do it, and she will deal with the repercussions, knowing that also she comes first at all times,
Mm-hmm.
and or she
Mhm.
will morph things the way she wants to.
Yes.
And then so the character of Monet, though, you guys get
Yes.
it
That is
even
your
more.
character,
That's my
Monet. Yes.
character. That's my
Yes.
character, Monet. So Monet and Brian actually are
Mhm.
in a feature film of mine that is based on my life, where I was in a tumultuous relationship, broke up, and then I became a shepherd of goats in France. So
Hold the presses. Stop, stop, stop. You got to wind that back. You got to wind that back, okay? Drop that again for me because I'm lost in the sauce. Monet, this is not our first or last time seeing Monet, is what I'm
not at
hearing.
all. And this was a part of
Monet's
me
back.
doing the vertical so that I would build an audience to take them on the ride with me as we do the feature. The
Girl,
feature
you
film
better
is
shut up.
slower.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
No. No, 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 we'll see more of Monet and Brian. We'll see more of them. So this
Oh,
version of Monet is
mm-hmm.
different than the feature film version, but I was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about it in the same way, like Insecure or
Yeah.
Awkward Black Girl. If you guys have seen it, you can watch
Yeah.
the Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a faster pace. it's still comedy, but it's like more like it feels more sketchy comedy kinda thing,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah.
get Insecure on HBO, and there is a
Mhm.
bit more groundedness, a little bit
Yeah.
more maturity to the feeling. That's what you're gonna get in the feature film version where you
When
see
is that?
I am doing everything I can to get some backing and funding for it.
Well, honey.
My prayer is to be filming this summer because the piece it's been written. Actually, John Chafin, he read one of the versions of it when I was doing a reading. I've
Mhm.
done investor readings of it. It's gone through different ideations and some different pitch fests and such. Yeah, so we will see Monet and Brian again. So
I
the character of
swear.
Monet for this, I
Yes.
was like, let's get the version of Monet that I would say was closer into my personal 20s, where,
Mhm.
or not 20, yeah, it was my 20s. I had the time of my life. I did whatever I wanted to do. I really did, and I encourage everybody to do the same before settling
Yes.
down into the beautiful relationship I have with my husband and my
Mhm.
kids. But go have fun and be a lady. And so I have to say for that, that's what I'm offering to Monet, but I'm offering it to her in her 40s and
In on
seeing
her own terms too.
that that
On
part
her
on
own
her own
terms.
terms.
Yeah. Because there's a part of us that may still wanna be that lady in
Yeah.
the streets and in the sheets. But then sometimes, honey, we like to be a pillow princess. Let me sit back and be maintained, okay? Please, please. So doing it on her own terms, especially as she has approached and or, gone into her 30s with grace and
Mhm.
ease, like just let her do her. Some
Yeah.
of us, when we think about relationships, we're equating the messiness as passion. Like
Mm.
if we're not fighting and making up and doing the most, is it really love? Are you seeing, what do you think about that?
Oh, miss me with that. I can't. I like a peaceful household,
I
and
know. I
I
know.
like peace.
Boring. Just let me be boring. Because when you said, I just for our audience, like you had texted something about we were trying to coordinate times to
Yeah.
do this interview, and you were like, "Well, not after this time because I need quiet when the kids come. It needs to be quiet." And I was like, "I
Mhm.
respect that, honey." Just a quiet, peaceful house. Everybody just comes in. It's their safe space. It flows. There's no disruption. Let them have their routine. Let me
Right.
have my glass of wine and unwind and do my thing. So I
Mhm.
respect it. Yes. I don't like the chaos either.
Yeah, and when I see relationships like that, I'm like, "That's not sustainable. You're
Mm-mm.
gonna do that for the 40 years of y'all's relationship? That's not
Hmm.
sustainable. No, I can't deal with chaos. I don't do and when I see that there is chaos, I will remove myself
I
with a
know that's right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
And
not
some
made
of
for
us
me.
do feel like, the messier the better. I love the messier the better though when it comes to scripted television, when it comes
Yeah,
to the things that just,
yeah.
I can remove myself, I can look at the drama on screen. I don't
Mhm.
have to be a part of it. Why do you
Exactly.
think that our audience, though, the audience that is loving and eating all of this up, why do you think they're craving the messier, the better, the messy love?
Yeah, yeah. People do everything they can to be safe. That is just
Mhm.
our human nature. We don't wanna fight. People avoid it as much
Yeah.
as possible, but we do think about, "Man, if I had said this and if I had
Oh,
done
yeah.
that."
Yeah. Yeah. We big and
So
bad in the mirror after the
right?
fact after the fact.
Every fact. So for TV and film, conflict. We need conflict. And this is
Mhm.
also a thing with verticals because, of course, there were several versions of this vertical. And I
Yeah.
sent it to a friend who's been working in the vertical space for like 3 years now. And she said, you got to take all that out. We got to get right into the conflict and what happens. I was like, really?
Mhm.
You don't want to establish the character? She was like, no. Get right into it. People need conflict to be able to keep on watching what's
Yeah.
going on because
Yeah.
it gives them the what if that they don't explore in their own life. So I get to
Mm.
show that on screen of the what if they
Uh,
did this in their life.
that's so interesting because I was thinking about the edits that you did, and I think it's edited beautifully. It looks so crisp and so good. But I was thinking, okay, the script said this, and we have it's a minute. It's a minute. You're tight on that minute. And so I'm like, well, I thought I was gonna see more. I know we shot a little more, but I thought we were gonna see more. But I think that also keeps me intrigued because I wanna figure out the things that I don't know. And
Right.
there's a lot to learn about all of these characters. This conversation has been so fun, but I think
Yeah.
we can dial it up a notch. I wanna play a little game with you, Tiff.
Play a game
I want to play a little messy, unexpected company rapid fire. Are you down?
I'm down. I'm scared. Let's do it.
Okay. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's going to be fine. All right. Rapid fire. Which character in Unexpected Company is the most like you in real life?
Monet.
Monet. Okay. Who's more likely to get in a messy situationship on this trip? The girls upstairs or the guys downstairs?
Guys downstairs.
What's one messy decision a character makes in Unexpected Company that you feel like you have made in real life? You don't have to name nobody else's name. We're just trying to get in your business.
Right. Have I made any of these mistakes? Never a ring. Never something we'll see in 10. I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're going to circle back because I'm going to need you to dig.
Wait, you know what? No, a game. The game. So you guys would have seen this now because we're at episode 4.
Yeah.
Episode 4 has a poker game. I didn't play poker. I was known for truth or dare Jenga.
Wait a minute. Truth or dare Jenga?
You write a truth or dare on like the Jenga blocks, and then whatever you pull out, that's yours to do within a group. Yeah.
And that was your messy decision? What happened as a result of that messy decision?
Oh my gosh, the things I wrote on there were so nasty. I can't say them. They were so nasty.
She's a mother, okay? She can't say those things.
That was a different time of life.
Well, just slide them to me in the chat so I can see, okay? All right. Next question. Which character in Unexpected Company had the biggest red flag?
Oh, Kamal.
And explain to those that haven't seen it or just haven't caught the name yet, which one is Kamal?
Right. Kamal is the one. You will see him in the first episode with the shirt off and a do-rag.
There we go. And you may recognize him from Reasonable Doubt as well, right?
That's
and from The Pit.
Yes, and from the pit. He's killing it. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
He's doing so well. Jonathan Davis. All right. Right or wrong, should Keisha have rented the entire house, or are you glad there was Unexpected Company?
Oh, man. I mean, thank God the Unexpected Company is cute.
I mean, because if it had been some busted, toothless, smelly, just eating up your food,
then you got to be quiet.
Because y'all were mad that she, how do you rent an Airbnb and not rent the whole thing? But then they were fine.
And then you're like, wait, this is I mean, lean into the new, right? Just go with it.
Yeah.
So there's a part of me, because also, again, mother, 2 kids. I'm like, I want the whole house because I want rest.
Yeah.
Like, I want rest.
I want to be able to sleep knowing who's in this house. I don't know these people downstairs.
Exactly.
But if people watched the first and second episode, they saw your little fast behind going downstairs after that note was passed.
Let's just Monet was not heading downstairs. The note came, and then she had to respond to the note.
All right, last rapid fire question. Will there be a season 2?
Yes. We just need some EPs behind it so that we can do 40 more episodes. That is the jam. So if you know someone from Netflix, BET Plus, Paramount Plus, Fox, or Real Shorts in these other spaces where they would benefit from having this story, I would love to be connected because, yes, this has legs and this has more episodes to come.
Absolutely, it does. Well, Tiffany, before we go, tell people where they can watch Unexpected Company and how they can continue to support you. And what's next for the series? What's next? What do we need to do to get this thing going, girl?
Talk about it. So you can find my series by my full name on Instagram, Tiffany Yvonne Cox. It's on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you go to my Instagram, you can go on my bio and my link tree, and it will have the link for you to go onto YouTube. If you just go onto YouTube and you click on, or you type in Unexpected Company or my production company, Honest Babble Production Company, the show will pop up. But I will say, all of the conversations are happening on Instagram, and they are juicy, they are fun, and hilarious. And the hope of where this goes. So there's 10 episodes total. They're being released from February 1st through February 15th, every other day. And my hope and prayer is that I am able to be connected to the right group of people, the right production company or network or studio that says, we like this. We want to see more Black women having fun with Unexpected Company. And we cannot wait to hear what more you have to share, and let's make it happen.
Absolutely.
That's where I'm going. So if you're out there and you know who that person is, you have that email, you have that contact,
pass it
just
along.
find. I am so easy to find on the internet. If you just type in Tiffany Yvonne Cox, I am all over the place. So you can find me
Absolutely.
that way.
Well,
Yeah.
they better be pounding down your door, and I'm gonna pray that the timeline on this is divine. I know what you want, but
Thank
I want what God wants for you, and I know He wants nothing but the best. I know He wants the right people in position to make this happen in the way that He wants it to happen.
you.
So
Yeah.
I'm just so excited for everything that you're doing. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited to see the new projects, and I'm excited to work with you again on the next season of Reasonable
Yeah.
Doubt. So we have many, many more conversations and canoodles to have. And I will put all of Tiffany's information in the show notes so y'all can binge the series and support this beautiful Black queen, okay? Be sure to hit us up. DM her if you have any information, know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You got the plug. Please DM her. And also slide in my DMs and let me know which character resonates most with you after you have watched Unexpected Company. Tiff, thank you so much. So much for being here. I loved this interview. I love Tiffany Yvonne Cox. I know after hearing her, I know you do too. And I really do hope that you guys will check out Unexpected Company. It is a fun, delicious vertical series. And y'all are scrolling Instagram anyway, okay? Scroll on over to Tiffany Yvonne Cox's page. Every episode that comes out, I am reposting it in my stories already. But go over there and show her some love. She really, really deserves it. And the show really deserves it because it is a beautiful, beautiful mess. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'm hoping that it also is starting to turn some wheels and getting you to think, where else in my life have I equated mess with love? Where have I been staying because it was entertaining, but not because it's healthy? And where in your life have you said, the messier, the better? If you're asking yourself these questions right now, and if you know that you need to start doing some self-work to really work on you and stop the mess, here's the thing. You can absolutely enjoy messy love on screen. You can love that. You can stream the show. You can laugh. You can text it in a group chat. But in your real life, I want more for you than content. If you're listening to this today and you're thinking, you know what, my love life looks like a season of this show. I am the upstairs girls and the downstairs guys all rolled into one. Then it might be time to stop watching the drama and to start rewriting the script. I want to see you in More Love, Less Hustle. This is my 1-hour training. I've been telling you guys about it all month. We just unlocked some new dates. So if you haven't made it yet, there is still time. I've got about 4 or 5 days, folks, where you can register and get your seat. Everyone that leaves this training builds their own stop-start strategy before they leave so that they can take it and immediately work it in to their relationship. You don't have to give up fun. You don't have to sign up for boring, but you also don't have to keep burning your life down for a good story. As always, if this episode hit home, make sure you are sharing it with your girlfriends and tell a friend to tell a friend about Unexpected Company. If you got a girlfriend that stays in a messy situationship, then she needs to be right front and center. If you want to watch this episode, because, I usually just do audio only podcasts, but I did tape this one. You can go over to my YouTube at Dr. Tiffany TV and you can download it. It's there. This whole episode is there. And if you're ready to start doing your own work and find out why you choose who you choose, hit the link in the show notes and come to More Love, Less Hustle. Friends, remember, you are not here to hustle for love. You are here to be loved fully as the woman you are becoming. I will see you guys right back here in the next one. Ciao. Hey, babe, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. My goal with this podcast is to bless you with information that helps you fix those relationships that are most important to you, but not before you do the self-work needed to make sure that those relationships thrive. If this episode was exactly what you needed, then guess what? Somebody else probably needs it too. So do me and them a favor. Please share this episode with your good girlfriend and let her know about the podcast. And while you're at it, hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. This really helps to grow the podcast and puts it right in front of other women who are desperate to work on their relationships and themselves. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to join our community of like-minded women all on a journey to become the one. You can sign up for free at becometheone.myflowdesk.com/email. I know that's a lot, so just go on over to the show notes and click that link there. Thanks again for listening to Fix Your Relationships with Dr. Tiff. I'll see you right back here next week.